Hallihallo und willkommen zurück zu einer weiteren Folge Rosewater oder Rosenwasser. Wie es schön übersetzt ist. So, wir sind wieder hier unterwegs.
Phil?
Harley?
Harley?
Meeting those trappers was fortunate.
Are you attempting to make a pun?
What? No. I would never. Puns are the lowest form of humor.
Aha. And what would you consider the highest?
Ironie.
I can always go in for some good old-fashioned gut-twisting irony myself.
Ah, I see. Very literary of you. Anyway, yes, I am glad we encountered them. They were quite entertaining, especially the father. Seeing him loosen up after a few swigs of rum was quite satisfying.
How are you liking the guitar?
It is a fine instrument. I have not had the opportunity to play in some time.
We'll talk more later.
I look forward to it.
Hey, Nadine.
Hello, Harley.
Your lesson on herbs was very educational, so thanks for that.
Of course. I hope the knowledge is of use to you someday.
Stimmt.
The Fortine family was nice, weren't they?
It was incredible to see such a strong family bond. They depend on each other completely for their livelihood and survival.
Did you get a chance to speak with Mrs. Fortine?
I did, for a short while.
What did she have to say?
Oh, she was just curious about my background. Told me about hers, that sort of thing. It was a nice conversation.
The wagon is slowing down again.
Oi.
See anything out there, Danny?
Yeah, this is a small building.
Let's go take a look.
Post
Oh,
office.
thank God you're here. I was starting to think no one would ever turn up.
What's the matter?
The post office has been overrun.
Let me guess. Rats?
Rats. Rats would be welcome friends compared to the evil in there.
Evil? What evil?
The deceiver. The father of lies.
You're saying the devil is in your post office?
Yes, just like in that story. He lives in there.
Wonderful. Another maniac. Frontier's lousy with them.
Ska vi booma?
Then again, maybe not.
Oder seid jemand Hunger?
Mr. Postman?
Yes? What is it?
Aren't we pretty far from civilization? Why have a post office here?
Oh, not at all. We're just outside the delivery area for Shivering Pines. 10 homesteads within a 2-mile radius. Anyhow, it mostly serves as a transfer and rest station for carriers like me. But next time they ask me to take this route, I'll tell them to go to hell. 'Cause that's where they sent me.
I'd like you to tell me exactly what led up to your current predicament, and give me every detail.
Very well. I arrived last night with a load of mail from Bly, up north. Passed the night here and spent the morning sorting and tidying, getting ready to continue on to the next station in Wolf Spring. About midday, I stepped outside to ready my horse. Then I heard the most awful noises coming from inside. Sheila heard them too, and bolted off like a shot. Saving her own skin, I can hardly blame her. When I looked in, I beheld a most dreadful scene. Blood everywhere. Sounds of snarling and crunching bones. And his horrid shadow on the wall. Huge and horned. I ran out here to pray for help and ain't moved since.
Oh, Gott.
What makes you think it's the devil and not something else?
What else could it possibly be?
I can think of a few possibilities.
Go and have a look for yourself then. You'll not doubt once you see it with your own eyes.
What was that you said before about a story? That this was just like in some story?
Of course. You must know the famous short story by H.W. Montesquieu. The devil lives in the post office? A most chilling tale. Of course, I used to think it was just one of Mr. Montesquieu's celebrated flights of imagination. But now, I suspect he must have known something the rest of us didn't.
Big fan of horror fiction, are you?
Well, you know, no more than anyone else, I suppose. Just something to while away the long hours on the road.
Isn't life horrific enough all on its own without thinking up new, imaginary ways for things to be awful?
Ah, but the devil is very real, miss. He'd only like you to think otherwise.
Keep calm. I'm going to try and take care of this.
God be with you.
Sure.
Hey, Miss Johnson?
What do you need?
What do you think's in the office?
Not the devil, that's for sure.
Hey, Jake?
Yeah?
Do you believe this fellow? About it being the devil in there?
I don't doubt he believes it, but I also think the poor fella's got a wild imagination.
Oh, bestimmt, ja. Das ist für Stephen King-Romane.
Hey, Danny?
Yes, Harley.
Any thoughts on what could be inside the post office?
Whatever it is, it sounds scary. I don't think it's the devil, though.
Ja, der Teufel, hä? Naja, was sagst du dazu?
Nadine?
Yes?
What's your take on all this?
I'm not sure, really. Obviously, it's nothing supernatural. I believe the explanation will be far more mundane.
Phil?
Harley?
Harley?
What do you think, Phil? Is that the devil in there?
If it is, I am not going to be the one to find out.
Ja gut, so, was haben wir da noch? Können wir da irgendwas tun? Wir haben hier ein Wanted-Poster, wir haben da einen, also nicht, einen Milchkandel.
Wanted, Gina Fuller, the demon. Wonder if Mr. Postman isn't just susceptible to the power of suggestion. What's this jug for?
It's my supply of drinking water.
What's this jug for?
It's my supply of drinking water.
Okay. Haben wir irgendetwas Interessantes da drinnen? Kann ich das da nicht werfen? Vielleicht beim Fenster erst einmal reinschauen, bevor wir reingehen? Wäre das nicht schlauer? Na gut, dann, wenn das so ist, dann bitte. Dann betreten wir die Post Office. Aber komisch, muss ich vorgehen. So viele Männer dabei und die gehen nicht nach vorne. Okay. Also wie ich vermutet habe, ein Miezekätzchen, hm?
What in the ether?
Ein Miezekatzi. Bestimmt ein kleines, ganz ein kleines. Die haben immer Hunger. Die haben immer Hunger, die Katzel. Meine, die fressen einen Arm.
This has got to be how that thing got in.
Okay, da ist es rein, dieses Schwein. So, was haben wir
This
hier?
devil lives in every post office. I have a feeling the mail will be delayed today. Glad it's not my job to organize those. This lantern seems to be what's casting that shadow.
Mhm.
What in the ether?
Also Blutspur.
Gruesome. I hope that's not human blood. What in the... That's not going to help.
Was meine ich?
That's not going to help. That's not going to help.
Har vi irgendwas, was hilft?
A piece of petrified wood from the desert. That's not going to help. Phil?
Harley?
Are you carrying anything that might be useful?
I left my holy water back in New Spain.
Okay.
Nadine?
Yes?
Don't suppose you've got anything that might help?
Help with what precisely?
Good point. I should find out more about what we're up against.
Eh?
He's awful jumpy. Best not disturb him and...
Så vi kan
Hey,
då
Miss Johnson?
What do you need?
Do you have anything I can use to deal with whatever's in there?
I might, if we knew exactly what was in there.
Ja.
Whoa, that's close enough. This lantern seems to be what's casting that shadow. Whatever that thing is, it's behind that desk. Whatever that thing is, it's behind that desk.
Ja, das haben wir schon herausgefunden, aber was soll ich jetzt machen? Wie soll ich wissen, was es ist? Ja.
That's not going to help. That's not going...
Ich hab ja nichts, was helfen kann.
Whatever that... This has got to be... This is
Das wissen wir schon.
gruesome. I hope that's not human blood. I hope... This devil lives in every post office. Whatever that...
Ja, ich check nicht, was soll ich tun?
Nothing to say, really. What's this jug?
It's my...
Wanted, Gina Fuller, the demon. Wonder if Mr. Postman isn't...
Ja, Door. Ich bin Spaß, ich hab keine Ahnung, was wir machen müssen.
Hey, Danny?
Yes, Harley.
Would you happen to have anything on you that could help the situation?
Just my pistols. They could be of use once you figure out what's in there, I guess.
All right there, Danny?
Yep.
Ja.
Hey, Jake?
Yeah?
Got anything on you that might help the
Haben wir
situation?
schon gefragt, ne?
Aside from my gun, you mean? Well, I got my pocket mirror, but I don't see how that can help.
Aha, jetzt so, hey, wir haben ihn ja angeredet.
I'll take that mirror for a spell if you don't mind.
Okay. Curious to see what you do with it.
Ja, Kasperl, der kannst 15 Mal die Leute anrennen, dass du was kriegst. Immer komm. Muss auch nicht sein.
I'm surprised Jake can see his whole head in this thing. How about that? Seems our devil is just a hungry
Ja.
wildcat.
Als hätte er es beim Schotten nicht erkannt.
Got some good news for you.
Oh?
It's not the devil in there, it's a wildcat.
I knew it!
Jumped in through the window, looks like. Right now, he's having a fine time feasting on a fresh rabbit.
Oh. Are you certain? The devil takes many forms.
I'd stake my life on it.
So what do we do about it?
I'm open to suggestions.
Easiest thing to do would be to scare it off. I could fire a warning shot. That ought to spook it.
I'm not sure. It seems dangerous. I don't think I could lasso it safely.
I do have some firecrackers the trapper's son gave me. I could scare it off with those.
The poor creature's probably frightened to death.
It sure didn't seem that way.
Animals often act vicious to mask their fear.
Not that different to humans.
True enough.
Sie kennen sich gut aus mit Tieren.
Hey, Miss Johnson?
What do you need?
Any tips for dealing with wildcats?
Yes. Stay away from them.
We can't just leave this one in there.
Why not? It'll wander off on its own eventually.
Come on, help me out, would you?
Like I said before, keep your distance. Avoid direct confrontation. Best bet is to scare it off.
Okay.
Phil?
Harley?
Let's see if you can spook that cat with some of your razzle-dazzle.
It would be my pleasure. Anda! Success! The beast jumped out the window.
What about that other noise? Damn it! The wildcat must have knocked over that oil lamp when it took off out of here.
Santa Maria! This is not good. We need to do something, and fast.
Wir müssen was tun, und zwar schnell und... Okay. Aber wir haben ja hier das Wasser, ne?
Someone give me a hand with this? That was a close one.
Yes, a bit too close.
What? What happened?
The inside of the office got a little singed, but we managed to put out the fire.
Oh, thank the Lord.
Funny, didn't see him in there with the bucket. Guess we should head back.
God bless you folks.
Das Postamt retten, na bitte. Also wir werden hier niemals ankommen. Nie. In dem Leben nicht mehr, ne? Ei.
Hey, Jake?
Yeah, Harley?
It was nice to spend time with that trapper family.
With who? Oh, right, the Fentons.
I believe they were the
Fortines.
Fortines.
Right.
More time.
I appreciate.
Anytime.
Ah,
Hey, Danny, let's talk.
Sure.
Jake ist sehr langweilig geworden.
How about that trapper family, huh?
It's nice to see good people like that out here in the wilderness. Pretty easy to get jaded and expect nothing but bandits and mountebanks, you know? Huh. There's a lady running toward the road. What the heck is she doing?
Ah ja, und war die letzte Folge, wo ich gesagt habe, wegen Geld. Stimmt, der Typ hat uns ja damals alles abgenommen. Ich war immer der Meinung, hat uns nur 30 abgenommen und da war der
What
alles
is
abgenommen,
it?
bis auf einen.
Bandits? Highwaymen?
Worse. Performers.
Good day to you, travelers.
Oh Gott.
What's so good about it then? And what are you thinking? Running out in front of the wagon like that?
I apologize for the theatrics. I fear it's in my nature.
She really just ran out in the road?
Like a deer. She's lucky I keep the brakes in good condition.
Are you looking to get hit or something?
No, of course not. I suppose I'm, well, desperate.
That much is clear. You running away or something?
Heavens no, I could never do that. I'm the impresario of this theater troupe. Name's Kate Hatomi. Our show opens next week, and I'd be fibbing if I said it was going well.
Die laufen doch davon.
So I'm guessing you want us to help you in some way?
Ah, very astute. All I ask is an hour of your time. We've been rehearsing this play for so long. We're all too close to the material. We need fresh eyes and unbiased opinions. If you could but watch our rehearsal and share your honest, unvarnished impressions, you would be doing us a good turn. The performance will be gratis, of course.
Gratis, of course, hat sie gesagt, aber gell? Werden wir für unsere Zeit vergütet.
Lucky for you, we've got Gentleman Jake on board. He's an expert showman.
The gentleman Jake? Why, it would be an honor to play for him.
What do you think, Miss Johnson?
I think it sounds like an excellent chance to get a few winks. I'll park just over there. Y'all have fun.
Interessiert es echt was nicht. Die ist die Beste.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Oh.
on behalf of myself and all the Queen's Mid-Atlantic players, welcome! This is a peek behind the curtain, if you will, at a work in progress. I thank you most humbly for your indulgence and warmly invite you to share your impressions following the rehearsal. And now, please enjoy the show.
Was?
Once upon a time, in a faraway land, there lived a beautiful and charming princess.
Oh, I love my land. The people are kind, the water fresh, and the days are sunny and bright.
The princess was loved and admired by everyone in the land, except one. An evil wizard coveted the kingdom and kidnapped the princess, intending to marry her and gain the throne. To ensure she could not escape, he summoned a terrifying dragon to guard her.
Ah, stell dir cool aus.
However, all was not lost. For a young hero rose to the challenge.
I shall battle the dragon and save the princess. That
Ja,
is,
hoffentlich.
if my dear mother lets me. I said, if my mother lets me, of course.
Faye, that's your cue. Faye?
That's not
Where
okay.
the hell is Faye?
I know.
I don't know. Last I saw her, she was in her tent.
Oh, for crying out loud! I'm sorry, folks. I don't know what I was thinking. It's clear we won't be getting anywhere with this rehearsal. You can change out of your costume now, Dwayne. We're done here. Martina? Quentin? Same goes for you.
Das war doch eine Frau.
But I spent hours on my makeup.
And I spent months on this show. Look where that's gotten us. Everything I do to keep all this together, and you lot can't even turn up on stage now and then to hit a mark and say a few lines. Off with you, I need to think.
Okay. Ja, läuft.
I really must
Na, war
apologize for
super.
wasting your
Beste
time.
Vorstellung
I
meines
knew
Lebens.
the show needed some work. I didn't realize it wasn't fit to perform.
There must be some way we can help with the show.
You took the words right out of my mouth.
Are you sure? Much as it pains me, I can't honestly say we aren't in need of help.
Certainly.
Well, I'm curious to hear your suggestions. But right now, we need to find out what's wrong with Faye. Your doctor friend went to examine her, but I think she's just having one of her tantrums. You know how actors can be. Or perhaps you don't. In which case, consider yourself lucky. I'm going back to the stage. Come see me if you have any ideas.
So, any ideas?
Perhaps. Excuse me. I'm going to have another look at the stage.
Danny and I are gonna go talk to the two fellers playing the wizard and hero. I think you should help Miss Redbird see to that Fey woman. Anyhow, we'll see if we can't get this show in halfway decent shape. Come on, Danny boy.
Dann schauen wir mal.
Cylindrograph. It's for playing music on wax cylinders. Hello, Miss Martina, was it?
Yeah, Martina Holder. I am sorry we could not finish the show for you.
No worries.
Ist der Deutsche, ja?
My companions and I are trying to help your director make it better.
Ah, good. We do need the help.
You need to help.
When did you join this troupe?
Oh, about 4 years ago. Then my English was not so good, so I did not get many parts with words, but I am getting more and more lines in the new shows.
What were you doing before joining this troupe?
I was living in Bright Bay, working as an art model. One evening, the artist I modeled for took me to the theater to one of Miss Hatomi's shows. Afterward, he told me he was leaving to go to work for a new patron in Italy. He could no longer keep me.
So he took you out to lessen the blow?
Not exactly. It turned out he knew Miss Hatomi. He had painted some backdrops for her. He took me backstage after the show and asked her to let me audition. I was shaking. I cannot even remember what I said. I had never acted before, you see. But fortunately for me, Miss Hatomi decided to take me on. Otherwise, I would have been out on the street.
I'd like to know about your castmates.
They are fine people, and I am lucky to know them. Mr. Ellis always has stories and jokes to make me laugh. He reminds me of a big bear. He's also a very fine actor, and he has performed on stages in great cities all over Europe. Dwayne is very nice, but he's also very shy. He does not speak much with me or any of the others. I have always thought it is funny that an actor is so shy, but when he is on stage, one would never know. And Mrs. Davies is like a mother to me. She cares for us very much and wants to make sure everyone is healthy and happy. Although she does nag a lot. My real mother did not nag so.
Goodbye, Miss Holder.
Lovely to be speaking with you.
Dann schauen wir ins erste Zelt. Ich hält. Oh.
Oh, another visitor. Who are you?
Harley Leger. And you are?
Faye Davies. I don't expect it's a name
Das ist
you've
also die
heard.
Fee.
And as I was explaining to your friend here, not a name I expect you'll hear very much in the future.
Die Bulle angesetzt. Bin Shakedown, oder?
Mrs. Davies, I would advise moderation in regards to that brandy.
Dear girl, I understand you like to dabble in medical matters. Let me assure you that this is the only medicine that works for me.
Hey, Nadine.
Hello, Harley.
What's your opinion of the show?
Schrecklich.
Yes, please tell us. Don't be shy. I'd like to hear what you think.
I didn't quite understand it, actually. Perhaps it would make more sense if we had seen the whole thing.
Dear girl, I truly doubt that would have made much of a difference.
Did you examine Mrs. Davies?
I did.
And what's your medical opinion?
I couldn't find anything wrong with her physically. At least nothing that an excess of brandy wouldn't explain. But she's in no state of mind to be performing.
I don't believe one needs to be a medical professional to draw that conclusion, my dear.
I'll see you later.
Okay.
Mrs. Davies?
What is it?
Why weren't you on stage today? Is something wrong?
Something wrong. Something wrong? Exactly what aspect of my current condition would suggest to you that anything is right?
What's got you so upset?
I'm about to lose my place here, that's what. Turned out on the dusty road to fend for myself. I'm simply overcome with the sheer injustice of it all.
Okay.
You think you're being dismissed? Why's that?
Oh, it's a long, long story, but what it comes down to is finances, or lack thereof. Kate has been tightening the belt lately. She says our performances haven't been attracting the crowds they once did. But even so, we aren't doing that badly. All of us have taken quite deep cuts to our usual allowance. It still doesn't seem to be enough. Naturally, I, being the most recent addition to the troupe, am the first up to the chopping block. If you ask me, something doesn't add up. I know for a fact that our run in Bois de Quivo was quite respectable, and yet apparently our financial future is dangling over the precipice by a fraying thread. It's all more than a tad suspicious.
So you suspect Miss Hitomi is taking more than her share?
We've all suspected it for some time, but I'm the only one who's willing to speak up about it. Everyone else knows I'll be the first to go, so they keep their heads down and wait to reap my share.
You've accused Miss Hitomi?
Of course not. I haven't got any proof. But you can bet I would if I did.
If you were let go, what would you do?
Oh, God, please don't ask me such things. I can't bear to think about it.
It's a serious question. Everyone needs a backup plan.
I don't know. I just don't know. Oh, what will I do? Kate couldn't be so heartless. Will they really just let me go? Will no one speak up for me? God, help me!
There now. I'm sure there's a solution. How long have you been a member of this troupe?
Oh, not long at all. Less than a year. I was the last one to join.
Die älteste und die letzte.
What did you do before you were a Queen's Mid-Atlantic player?
I was with another outfit based up in Fawcett. The Davies Traveling Spectacular. 15 years we were together. Anton, my husband, was our director and I was the star. When I got too old to play the princesses and heroines, Anton would cast me as the ravishing queen. He always made sure I had a spot on center stage. 16 months ago, he passed away in a stagecoach accident. An enormous tragedy.
I'm terribly sorry.
So were we all. Anton was the fiercely beating heart of that troupe. Absolutely irreplaceable. The others couldn't imagine going on without him. So everyone just went their separate ways. Just like that, everything was gone. My heart's love, my director, my troupe, my livelihood. I'm sorry.
Trink einen Schluck.
So, how did you come to join Miss Hitomi's troupe?
Oh, the traveling theater world is quite small, you know. We all know one another and meet on the road from time to time. Kate heard what happened and wrote me a letter of condolence. We corresponded for a while. Eventually, she said she was passing by Fawcett and offered to take me in. Quite simply, she took pity on me.
What drew you to the stage?
I've known I wanted to act since I was a girl. I would put on shows for my parents and the village children. I traveled to Fawcett to audition for Anton Davies' Traveling Spectacular. He had just formed the troupe then. First, I became his star actress, and soon enough, his wife.
What can you tell me about the other players?
Oh, such sweethearts. They've taken me in like a second family. Martine, especially. She's the daughter I never had. Dwayne is a good boy, but he keeps to himself. And dear Quentin. He and I have something of a friendly rivalry. Although he can get quite competitive at times, the old ham.
I'll just leave you to it. Mrs. Davies seems quite fond of this stuff.
Unhand that brandy. I need it for my nerves.
Let's see. There are a few wax cylinders here.
Keine Ahnung.
A few books and a collection of wax cylinders in that box.
Ach so, okay.
A poster for some show I've never heard of called The Dissembling Mechanism. Apparently it opened on New Year's Day.
Tja, dann gehen wir wieder raus. Was haben wir denn da?
Someone kept a copy of a local newspaper.
Was haben wir da stehen in der Zeitung? Traveling Players spielen Camelot in the Park vor verwirrten Schaulustigen. Spaziergänger und Familien, die am vergangenen Sonntag einen gemütlichen Nachmittag im Pelican Park von Las Virgenes verbringen wollten, wurden von einer seltsamen Freilichtaufführung des Ritterdramas Camelot irritiert, die dort von der Theatertruppe der Miss Hitomi, den Mid-Atlantic Players, aufgeführt wurde. Die Darsteller, die aus ganz Vespuccia und entlegensten Teilen der Erde stammen, gurgelten in einem gestellten mittelalterlichen Kauderwelsch voller these and those and forthose durch ihren Text, während sie sich bemühten, König Arthurs Hof inmitten der Palmen und Brunnen des Westlawn zum Leben zu erwecken. Da die Darsteller mit leichtem Gepäck reisen, hatten sie kaum Kulissen, Kostüme oder Requisiten, die das Spektakel beleben und die Illusion eines höfischen Schauspielplatzes für das Drama bieten könnten. Die Handlung war dünn, eine Geschichte über Überwindung des Bösen durch das Gute, das völlig von Nuancen fehlte, ganz zu schweigen von Charme, den man in einer Romanze aus vergangenen Tagen erwarten könnte. Scharen von Schlafenden, die den späten Nachmittagsnebel nutzten, um auf dem weichen Gras zu dösen, fanden offensichtlich wenig Aufregendes während der Veranstaltung, um sie aus ihrem Schlummer zu... was? Geburten. Am 30. August bekamen Herr und Frau Pierre de la Roche aus Punta Blanca ihren erstgeborenen Sohn Pierre Auguste Jean-Paul de la Roche mit einem Gewicht von 8 lb und 3 Unzen. In einigen Jahren wird der jüngste Pierre de la Roche Jr. als Erbe des de la Roche Familienvermögens sicher der begehrteste Junggeselle des Landes sein. Heirat Charles Fraser 27 und Fräulein Bella Lewinsky 18, Samstag 3. Mai in der Kirche der Heiligen Wasser in Los Virgenes. Die Braut wurde von ihrem Onkel Mr. Abraham Lewinsky getraut. Dr. Roy Oakes 73, Mrs. Elsinora Snow 81, Witwe des Mr. Frederick Snow in der Villa der Familie Snow in Corona Beach. Die Kinder, Enkel und Urenkel der beiden Verlobten waren ebenfalls anwesend. Tode: Der örtliche Schmied Arnold Paget 51 vom Wilshire Lake beim tragischen Bootsunfall. Er hinterlässt seine Frau und 8 Töchter, die alle unverheiratet sind und keinen Unterhalt mehr erhalten. Die Trauerfeier findet am kommenden Freitag um 16 Uhr in der Christ Chapel of Wiltshire statt. Was geschah mit Dr. Bennett Clark? Dr. Bennett Clark, eines der Zauber der Etazität gepriesen, ist in den letzten Jahren aus der Öffentlichkeit verschwunden. Nachdem Aufschrei wegen des Todes von 15 Menschen bei der Lamplight City Expo-Katastrophe von 47 zog er nach Rosewater, wo er eine Reihe von öffentlichen Vorführungen zeigte, wenn auch vor einem kleinen Publikum. Seit fast einem Jahr hat man nichts mehr von Dr. Clark gehört. Trotz der gewaltigen Zerstörung, die er anrichtete, behauptete er, sein einziger Wunsch sei das Wohlergehen und der Schutz der Menschheit. Clark wollte den mächtigen Drachen der Etazität nutzbar machen, um dem einfachen Bürger Erlösung zu bringen. Okay. Dann schauen wir hier. Wer ist denn da? Niemand.
The desk is covered in papers. Lots of notes. What a mess. Most of these seem to be show notes. Here's a list of names. Othello, Carondelet, Dissembling, Delphi. Wonder what that means.
Was ist da? Was ist da?
It's a poster for a musical show called Carondelet. It opened on June 2nd. Must be one of Miss Hitomi's previous shows. A poster for The Mystery at Delphi. Opened on November 6th. A traveling trunk. Looks like it's been quite a few places. All sorts of costumes, fake beards, and other theatrical accessories. A pair of leather boxing gloves. These might be useful.
Ja, ist schon das für
All
wen,
sorts
aber
of
okay.
costumes. No way I can force it open. If my eyes don't deceive me, that's a false compartment. Just need to figure out how to open it. All sorts of costumes, fake beer. A brass button. A brass button. A brass button.
Drück auf, wie tut mir das? Ist ein Doppel. Kann man nichts tun.
A brass. The actor's life doesn't seem to allow for much in the way of comfort. What a mess. Here's Othello. A traveling trunk. Looks like it's been...
Ja, wie...
All sorts of costumes.
Ich hab sonst nichts. Keine Ahnung. Puh.
Not terrible as far as props go, but it could use some extra oomph.
Umpf.
Phil?
Harley?
What was your opinion of the performance?
It was not to my taste. However, with some improvements, it could be entertaining.
All right, see you later. I bet Jake wishes his show's backdrop was half as realistic. Miss Hitomi?
Yes?
When did you put this troupe together?
As it exists now? Oh, it's been about 5 years, I should say. That's when Quentin and I came over to Vespuccia.
What do you think would make the show better?
God, where do I begin? Faye's in a black mood. Quentin thinks his character lacks depth. Martina's unintelligible. And Dwayne's swordplay doesn't even rise to the level of farce. And naturally, theatre's all about imagination. But with the quality of our set and props, I fear we are asking rather too much of our audience in that department. I'm this close to packing it all in.
Okay.
What were you doing before starting this troupe?
I spent some time in London, then went traveling around Europe doing this and that. Until I met Quentin.
Have you performed yourself, or do you stay out of the spotlight?
Me? Oh no, I haven't been on stage since Paris. Quentin and I used to do a little magic show, if you can believe it.
No foolin'?
It was a very long time ago. Not worth remembering, honestly.
Okay.
I want to hear about your cast.
Oh, they all have their talents. They wouldn't be in my troupe otherwise. But I don't hold with talking about people behind their backs. Why don't you get to know them yourself?
What's wrong with Quentin's character?
Not a thing! Everyone loves to hate the evil wizard. He's a guaranteed crowd pleaser. But Quentin thinks the role lacks depth. That his talents as an actor, and they are considerable, are going to waste. And yes, perhaps he has a point, but for God's sake, this is not the Royal Arcadium! We performers have a saying. There are no small roles, only small-minded, puffed-up thespians who suppose that entertaining the common man is somehow beneath them. I love Quentin, really I do, but I've had it up to here with his carping and grousing. He doesn't listen to me,
Ich weiß schon
but
genug.
you're welcome to try bringing him down to earth if you'd like.
Da haben wir noch mit ihm gesprochen.
What's wrong with Quentin's character?
Not a thing! Everyone loves to hate, but Quentin, yes, perhaps...
Das habe ich ja schon gefragt. Warum tun sie das nicht aus? Okay.
What's the problem with Martina?
Weren't you listening? She doesn't so much say her lines as chew on them and cough them out. She's a sweet girl, and her physical performance is outstanding. The things she can do with just her eyes. I'm loath to cut her part or take away the few lines she already has, but unless she finds some way to magically rid herself of that blasted Teutonic accent, I may have to.
You don't think the swordplay is good enough?
Setting aside that our prop swords are as likely to crumble to bits or give the players paper cuts as they are to make it through a scene intact, it's just not very convincing or compelling. Dwayne either needs to get more adept at handling them, or we need to rethink the whole sword thing. Thank God this play doesn't feature a real sword-fighting duel, but it does need a big climax where the hero slays the dragon. How are we supposed to do that without a sword?
What can we do to make your set and props better?
The best thing we've got is the dragon head, but it's not exactly intimidating, is it? Your friend over there said he might have an idea to make it better. Honestly, at this point, I'm all ears.
I had a chat with Mrs. Davies. She seems to think her position's in jeopardy.
What? Why would she think that?
Are you saying you're not planning on letting her go?
Of course not, especially not so close to opening night. What a ridiculous notion! Honestly, I don't know where Faye gets these ideas.
So long.
Take care.
I bet Jake wishes his show. Phil?
Harley.
Had any ideas to make the
Yes, I believe so. This dragon head is amusing, but with some pyrotechnics, it could really impress a crowd.
You want to make it breathe fire?
Ah, indeed. Far more effective, wouldn't you agree?
Definitely. But how do you intend to pull it off?
I can rig it up quite easily, but I need a fuel source. If you can find me some high-proof alcohol, we should be set.
All right.
Alkohol braucht er. An
Mrs. Davies?
What is it?
I spoke with Miss Hitomi and she said she has no plans to let you go.
Well, of course she would say that. That's how it works in this business. All seems well and good until the monthly budget is drawn up and then the trapdoor opens beneath you and you swing.
So you don't trust Miss Hitomi's word?
I don't trust anyone's word. Only ink on paper.
I'll just leave you to it.
Okay, ink on paper. Papier. Kom maar hier. Können wir da was nehmen?
What a mess. Here's Othello, Carondelet.
Oder müssen wir das sagen, dass ihr einen Vertrag aufsetzt? Ich weiß es nicht.
Miss Hitomi?
Yes?
What's the
Weren't you listening?
Okay,
So long.
Das war die falsche. So, okay.
Miss Holder?
Yeah?
Do you suspect that Miss Hitomi might be keeping money from you and your castmates?
What? Nein, never.
What?
Mr. Tommy would not do such a thing. Who has told you this? Was it Mrs. Davies?
Well, yes.
I am not surprised. I think that of all of us, she is easily the most dramatic.
Goodbye, Miss Holder.
Lovely to be speaking with you.
Lovely. Isn't she lovely? Was haben sie denn da? Fake weights oder was?
Hey, Danny.
Yes, Harley.
What did you think of the show?
Well, I'll put it this way. If one of Jake's shows went that way, I'd be looking for another job.
You fellas talking about anything interesting?
Dwayne's showing me his stunt swordplay. He's supposed to battle the dragon at the end of the play. I've tried giving him a few pointers, but, it's not going so great.
Talk to you later, Danny.
See you!
Wat redeneert daar,
Suppose being
Plastic?
an actor requires a certain attention to one's physique. Hey there.
Oh, hello.
Hallo.
How did you end up on board with this crew?
Oh, I met Miss Hitomi and Mr. Ellis back east when they passed through my town in Appalachia. Snuck out of the house to see the show. I went backstage after to ask if I could audition to join. Miss Hitomi said no. So, after they packed up for the night, I stowed away in the wagon. Rode halfway to La Roche before they found me. That was when my real audition happened. Mr. Ellis spoke up for me. He said, "Now, Katie, my dear, you would be a bloody fool to leave the lad behind after a performance like that."
How did you know you wanted to act?
I always liked listening to other people, hearing how they talked. Used to practice in front of a mirror and try to imitate them. Sometimes I'd dress up to get the look just right. Ma didn't like that much.
Okay.
What were you doing before joining this troupe?
Working on my parents' farm. It was a rough life. Wasn't much to my liking. No glamour, no surprise, no fun, no opportunity to meet anyone interesting. And my father was very strict. All he wanted was for me to marry our neighbor's daughter so I would inherit his land and grow our family's holdings. Eventually, I realized I would die if I stayed any longer. My soul would die anyway, so I left.
Okay.
What do you think of your fellow troop members?
Some days I hate them, most days I love them, and any day I would die for them. We're a strange little family, you know? Mr. Ellis and Miss Hitomi are a squabbling ma and pa. Dear boy, you must make more time for yourself. There are too few hours in the day as it is. Oh, leave the boy alone, Quentin. He can decide how to spend his time. And Miss Davies is our busybody aunt. Are you comfortable? Have you got everything you need? Is that costume too itchy?
So that would make Martina like your sister?
No, not quite.
Are you sweet on Martina?
With all due respect, that's none of your concern, ma'am.
Say, you're good at imitating other people.
Oh, thanks. It's always been kind of a specialty of mine. Used to get me in a lot of trouble back home, so I only do it for laughs nowadays.
Okay.
I've heard a rumor that Miss Hitomi might be keeping some extra funds. Know anything about that?
Oh, sure, I've heard that rumor too, but I don't much believe it. Miss Hitomi takes good care of us. She'd never cheat us out of our earnings.
What are you doing with that sword?
Practicing for the show. I didn't get to do my big fight scene with the dragon.
That sword seems to be giving you some trouble.
Yeah, I'm having a tough time getting the hang of it. The balance on this thing is terrible, and I'm always afraid of breaking it. I never liked working with prop weapons. But as long as we're doing medieval romances, I guess I'm stuck with this sword.
We okay?
How do you feel about boxing?
I'd be happier doing any kind of unarmed fighting style, really. But how am I supposed to box a dragon?
With style and panache, that's how. It's all about confidence. And I have a feeling you'd look much more confident without that sword.
You don't think the audience would be confused?
It's your job to make them believe it. They just want a good show.
I don't know. We've never done a boxing scene. I don't really know a lot about the form.
I used to do some boxing back in the day. Could show you some moves if you like.
Heck, sure. Why not? This whole sword thing clearly isn't working for me. But I'd rather not do it bare knuckle. Not really into the whole suffering for my art thing.
Right. I'll see what I can come up with. Thanks. You can get back to your training.
Thanks, ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
That thing's been through the ringer a few times.
Good then.
I found some boxing gloves in Miss Hitomi's trunk, if you want to practice sparring.
Oh, sure. That'd be great.
Danny, how'd you like to help out?
Sure.
First, your stance is all wrong. Stagger your feet, 1 foot in front, weight evenly balanced, knees slightly bent. Good. Now, show me what you can do. Not bad. Not bad. Try not to let your elbow flare out, Dwayne. Protect the ribs. I think you boys are getting the hang of it. Keep at it. Doing great. Keep at it. He's busy right now.
Okay, det üben. Das ist wichtig. Was haben wir hier?
No mistaking who this wagon belongs to.
Oh Gott.
Ah, one of your companions has decided to join us.
This is Harley Leger. She used to be a performer of sorts herself, you know.
You don't say. What sort?
I was a fighter. Not sure that really counts.
My dear, if an audience paid money to come see you, that counts as performing in my book. I'm Quentin Ellis, by the by. Delighted to make your acquaintance.
Likewise.
Ja.
Quentin Ellis is Othello, premiering October 7th. Lots of
So
notes
da
and
hinten.
sketches of different costumes and disguises. Mr. Ellis seems rather versatile. Hey, Jake?
Yeah, Harley?
How did you find the show?
Well, there's definitely room for improvement.
Yeah.
You seem quite at home among these performers.
Sure, these are my kind of people. Old Quentin and I have been trading tales about life in showbiz. You ought to stick around and have a listen. You might learn something.
I'll just be on my way.
So, Meister, was sagst du zu dem ganzen
Could
Theater?
I have a moment, Mr. Ellis?
Of course, my dear.
Just how long have you been a part of this troupe?
Why, since before its inception. That is to say, Kate and I have known each other since well before this incarnation of the troupe was formed. We met in Paris, you see, back in 27.
What did you do before joining the troupe?
I was classically trained at the York Theatrical Academy. I performed all over England before decamping for the continent. When I met Katie, I was touring Europe, playing before the crowned heads. Why, my performance as Othello received a standing ovation from Archduke Hubert of Austria.
Okay.
What drew you to the stage?
Ah, the eternal question. What drew you to the ring?
Money. Found out my tolerance for pain was higher than my tolerance for hunger.
I see, an empty belly is a demanding muse indeed. For me, it was love of the art. I was born with it.
Paris, you say? What was that like?
Ah, those were the days, wild and carefree. We found welcome from a public receptive to our more experimental forays. Nothing like the audiences you find here, mind. Dusty farmers and unlettered cowpokes, the lot of them.
I'd like to know about the others in your troupe.
Fishing for nasty gossip, are we? Unless you have a couple of glasses and a bottle or two of very good liquor stashed somewhere about your person, you won't be getting any of that from me. Truly, they are good people, and I cherish every one of them. We rely on one another. Granted, we have our occasional quarrels, but what family doesn't? It's true that none of them have my training and decades of stage experience, so naturally they look to me for guidance and mentorship.
Natürlich.
Miss Hitomi said something about you being unhappy with your character.
Oh, don't get me started. The evil wizard is a stock villain, paper thin, a cipher. All I do is tromp on stage and glower at the audience. He wants to rule the kingdom and kidnaps the princess, all right, but why? What motivates him to do it? Drama comes from a rich depth of character. Complexity, not caricature. I need something I can work with, something to sink my teeth into.
Is it true you used to have a magic act?
Why, yes, it is. Funny, I'd almost forgotten. Katie and I briefly tried our hand at stage magic. She was quite adept at sleight of hand, but in the end it wasn't our true métier. Too much meticulous planning and bulky, specialized equipment. No room for spontaneity and delight. No emotional connection. No, it wasn't for us. Now Katie uses the old magic trunk to store costumes.
I heard a rumor that Miss Hitomi might be misappropriating the troupe's funds.
Poppycock, pure hearsay. I'll bet Faye put that poison in your mind. I have known Katie longer than anyone. She is many things, but never a thief.
What if Jake and I came up with a better history for your character?
Do you think you could?
Sure. Harley's got the gift of writing, and I've been known to spin a yarn or two.
Very well. I must admit I'm curious to see what you come up with. Why does the wizard want to rule the kingdom?
Oh. Ich glaube, das tut er nicht, er will sie retten.
He doesn't want to rule. He wants to save the kingdom.
Yeah, in his mind, he's the real hero.
Oh, intriguing. A subversion of our expectations. All right, but why does he kidnap the princess?
Er versucht sie vor dem Drachen. Er ist in sie verliebt.
He's smitten with her and wants to make her his bride.
Yes, that's usually the case, isn't it? And how does the dragon fit into all this?
Der Drache ist wie die Mutter des Zaubers
The
verwandelt.
dragon is the wizard's mother, transformed by a spell he can't break.
Unless he feeds the princess to her.
Oh my, this certainly took a turn. You have some unusual ideas, but I'm not sure they all quite fit together. Perhaps you should give it a bit more thought.
Let's take a...
All right. Why does the wizard want...
Er will sie retten.
doesn't-
Dabei bleiben wir.
Oh, all right, but...
Er versucht sie vor dem Drachen zu beschützen.
He's actually keeping her safe from the dragon.
Unexpected. I like it. And how does the dragon fit into all this?
Der Drache ist wirklich die Zeuge.
The dragon is...
Unless he...
Oh my. You have some unusual ideas, but I'm not
Okay,
sure they all
cool.
quite fit together. Perhaps you should give it a bit more thought.
Let's...
All right. Why?
He doesn't...
Yeah, in...
All right, but...
Verliebt, das nicht passt, er kann
He
sie
finds
nicht.
her shallow and annoying, and he...
And how does the dragon...
The dragon...
Unless...
Oh my. You have some unusual... Perhaps you should...
Let's...
Why?
Yeah,
All right, but...
Er will Lösegeld erpressen. Er ist in sie verliebt und versucht sie vor dem Drachen zu beschützen.
He's act...
And how does...
Hm.
The wizard wants to tame the dragon and harness its power to serve the kingdom.
Ah, I see. So truly he's just misunderstood. Yes, yes. Oh, this is a much more interesting and complex figure. The wizard is human, like any of us. He has his own needs and desires. He is conflicted. He strives to do the right thing, however that appears to him. He is the protagonist of his own story. This I can work with. Thank you.
Think nothing of it. Appreciate the chat.
The pleasure was all mine, dear.
Okay. Soweit haben wir es jetzt hier. Die kommen alle zurecht. Nur am Anfang wird das schlecht.
I'll leave her be. Nothing to say. I'd best leave her.
Ich verstehe es nicht.
The desk is covered in paper.
Ja, aber da, das ist ja irgendwas, das ich da nichts machen kann, verstehen, ne?
A brass button. Mr. Ellis said this was Miss Hitomi's old magic
Ah,
trunk.
jetzt
Maybe
dann.
these buttons aren't just for decoration. Damn. Seems I didn't press them in the right sequence.
Jetzt kann sie es auf einmal drücken. Vielleicht mit den Zetteln da, warte mal.
What a mess. Most of these seem to be show notes. Here's a list of names. Othello, Carondelet, Dissembling, Delphi. Wonder what that means. All sorts of costumes, fake beard. All sorts of costumes. Damn.
Ja, oder ich weiß nicht.
Damn. Seems I didn't press them in the right sequence. Damn. Seems I... Damn.
Ja, ich weiß nicht. Oder was ist denn die Reihenfolge?
It's a poster for a musical show called Carondelet. It opened on June 2nd. A poster for The Mystery at Delphi. Opened on November 6th. A poster for The Mystery...
Oh. Ich hab das Gefühl mit dem, aber...
What a mess. Most of these seem to be show notes. Here's a list of names. Othello, Carondelet, Dissembling, Delphi. Wonder what that means.
Mechanismus Delphi. Ja, ich hab keine Ahnung, was das bedeutet. Ah, ich glaube, ich hab's verstanden. Noch einmal, schau mal. Ich bin ja dumm. Ja, es ist logisch.
The desk is covered in papers.
Schau.
What? Here's Othello, Carondelet, Dissembling, Delphi. Wonder what that means.
Carondelet haben wir hier. Mit Othello fängt's eigentlich an.
A poster for The Mystery at Delphi. Opened on November 6th. It's a poster for a musical show called Carondelet. It opened on June 2nd.
Warte mal.
A poster for The Mystery at Delphi. Opened on November 6th.
Die 6. Ja, wir müssen nur noch die Namen gehen von den Stücken. Die haben da ja überall so Poster drinnen. Sie hatte da, glaube ich, auch eins.
A poster for some show I've never heard of called The Dissembling Mechanism. Apparently it opened on New Year's Day.
Da ist auf dem 1.,
A
ne?
poster for some show. Apparently it opened on New Year's Day.
1. Und dann war das andere, war, glaube ich, bei ihm drinnen. Ja, die 1 aufgehängt, ne? Und das muss das Othello sein.
Quentin Ellis is Othello. Premiering October 7th.
Oh, 7. Und dann müssen wir nur noch einmal zurück. Und das Ganze in der richtigen Reihenfolge antippen wahrscheinlich.
What a mess. Here's a list of names. Othello, Carondelet, Dissembling, Delphi.
OCT.
Wonder what that means.
C. T. 7, 2, 1, 6 müsste es dann sein. So, Sekunde. Schauen wir mal. Ich glaube halt, dass das wird ja wohl sein jetzt. Eins, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 7. 2, 1, 6. Yeah!
Fantastic. Quite a bit of cash in here. So Miss Hitomi is skimming off the profits? Perhaps that book might shed some light on things. Seems to be some kind of diary or ledger. I'd better take a look at this.
Okay.
Huh. It seems Miss Hitomi's keeping the extra money to invest in the show. She calls it a rainy day fund and she has a separate space for emergency salary reserve. So Mrs. Davies was wrong. I ought to show her this. Maybe it'll calm her down.
Gut.
Quite a
Ja, ein
so Miss
bisschen
Hitomi is...
Kohle mitnehmen. Okay. Dann können wir ihr das zeigen. Da bitte.
I found this ledger in Miss Hitomi's trunk, along with some cash.
So I was right. This is exactly the proof I was looking for.
It's not quite what you think. Look at the entries.
Rainy day fund. Emergency salary reserve. Why, she isn't keeping this for herself.
She's setting it aside to help you all.
Oh dear, how embarrassing. What a fool I've been.
We all make mistakes. So now that you know your position is safe, will you get on stage and perform?
Yes, of course. Thank you for clearing up this misunderstanding.
Bitte, kein Problem.
I really do appreciate it.
I don't think she'll be needing this anymore.
Ritter in glänzender Rüstung. Schurken auf der anderen Seite. Celine im Ausschuss. Saloon, Sing-Along nehmen. Trauermarsch.
Knights in shining armor.
Ja, wie bringen wir ihr jetzt die bessere Sprache bei?
I'll leave her be.
Ah, yeah, you can place that in the cylindrograph there.
Huh?
We used this music for Twins' character in our last show.
I take it he was the hero in that one too?
Yeah, that is right. He's playing all the heroes.
Okay.
I don't want to be juggling these.
This was the music we used for Mr. Ellis in the show we did before.
What character did he play there?
A train robber.
Ich weiß nicht, ob das was bringt.
Saloon Sing-Along.
Hat er nicht gerade gehabt, aber es gibt's ja noch.
Oh, I love this one. This was the first song I learned in English, you know.
You don't say. How does it go?
All of the little maidens go strolling along. All of the little boys come to sing them a song. All of the little children start dancing in line. And all of them have such a wonderful time. All have a wonderful time.
Geht doch.
Interesting. Her accent all but disappears when she sings. Miss Holder?
Yeah?
I must say, you've got a beautiful singing voice.
Oh, why thank you.
I couldn't help but notice how clearly your words come out in song.
Yeah, you're not the first to say this
Yeah.
to me. I cannot explain it. It is just something which happens.
Say, I've just had a crazy idea. Rather than speaking your lines, why not sing them?
Sing them? That is an interesting thought, but would it not be strange?
Strange? Haven't you ever heard of opera?
But if only I am singing and no one else?
It's a little unorthodox, sure, but isn't that what art is all about? Being expressive, doing the unexpected. I think it will really bring some emotion to the role. It'll be like your character is too pure to just say words. The feeling is so strong she has to sing them.
Yeah, I think I see what you are saying. Very well. I will try this next time.
Goodbye, Miss Holder.
Lovely to be speaking with you.
Supi. Schon langsam wird's ja, oder?
Here, how about this for some fuel?
Yes, this will work. Excuse me. I must go backstage and set up the prop.
Supi.
Miss Hitomi,
Yes?
Juhu.
I think you can try a second rehearsal now.
Really? You sure?
Positive. Let's get this show going.
Ja, jetzt bin ich gespannt. Das ist so Mann.
Once upon a time, in a faraway land, there lived a beautiful and charming princess.
How I love my land. The people are kind, the water fresh, and the day sunny and bright.
The princess was loved and admired by everyone in the land, except one. An evil wizard coveted the kingdom and kidnapped the princess, intending to marry her and gain the throne.
Hark! You may think me evil, but wait until you discover my true intentions.
To ensure she could not escape, he summoned a terrifying dragon to guard her. However, all was not lost. For a young hero rose to the challenge.
I shall battle the dragon and save the princess. That is, if my dear mother lets me.
My dearest boy, proud as I am of your bravery, I worry so for your safety.
Fear not, mother, for I shall return victorious from battle.
Mother.
And so the brave lad rode to the castle and confronted the mighty dragon.
Foul beast, your end is nigh.
Wow. That's
With
base
the dragon defeated, our brave hero rescued the princess and vanquished the wizard.
Curses! My plans have been foiled.
Oh, my brave son has returned.
Ah, your highness, I am smitten by your beauty. Will you marry me?
Yes, yes, gladly will I marry you.
And they lived happily ever after.
Nee, ein After. Das ist alles für ein After. Aber okay. Ist das schön? Ist das die schönste Show, die jemals
Well,
gesehen?
at least we made it through to the end that time. Your fixes made a big difference. It's given me a lot to consider. Quentin has offered to do some rewrites. I'm sure he'll get us in good shape by next week.
Glad to be of service.
I'm curious to know how
Großartige
it all
Show.
turns out. Send me a note at the Rosewater Post after you premiere.
Gladly.
We should be on our way. Miss Johnson has surely awoken from her nap by now.
True enough. Break a leg next week, Miss Hitomi.
Thank you. Safe travels.
Ej, det är vitska.
We did what we could for Miss Hitomi and her folk. In the end, they've formed a strange kind of family, and they seem determined to keep on going. We've kept on going too. The oppressive, arid heat is beginning to give way to fresh breezes and forested slopes as we leave the desert scrub behind and cross into the mountains. Onward and upward.
Ja, sehr gut, Freunde. Das war's dann auch mit dieser Folge. Und schaut doch bei der nächsten rein. Ich würde mich freuen. Bis zum nächsten Mal. Ciao.